Hi, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while, but let's get started. As a quick note, I'm adding subtitles to all the videos on this channel, including this one, to help those who are learning English. Watching subtitles while listening to a language will help you to quickly grasp it. I know this will be totally worth it for you guys. So make sure you activate the subtitles before starting this video. As I promised earlier, I'll be meeting with other international students from all across the world to share their perspective about studying abroad with everyone. Guess what? In this video, I'm talking with my friend Toby from Austria about his experiences of studying abroad. The videography in this video is not the greatest, hence I apologize in advance. Also, I could not record the entire conversation because of some technical issues, but I'm sure whatever it is totally worth a value addition for you. This conversation was not scripted at all. I wanted to keep it natural. I used some questions to guide the conversation. So why do I think such conversations are important for you? I really wish I would have watched this conversation or such conversations before I started the study abroad process to quickly and completely absorb all the things that I can while studying abroad. Okay, let's start this.
Shivam already mentioned, my name's Toby. I'm an exchange student from Austria. I did my MBA here at UNO and graduated just recently, and so kind of like my time in Omaha is up and I'm flying back home, and that's all for now.
Let's start with this. How did you end up deciding to study abroad? How and what was the thought process behind this for you? Okay, go ahead.
That's a good question. Kind of like going abroad was already a big thing for me in undergrad or during undergrad, but unfortunately it just didn't work out the way I wanted. Either it was like I didn't get the courses that I needed to go on with my degree, or it was just not a cool city or so. There were just like so many different things. And as I got older, I started my master's degree there. After a year, they told us, yeah, there's this one opportunity to go to Omaha, Nebraska, stay for a whole year, do your MBA, kind of like the whole package. And therefore I thought, when, if not now? Kind of like, and going abroad is in general a little bit of hassle to kind of like get organized everything. And therefore I also thought, cool, not just a semester, but a whole year. And therefore I got really like hooked on this idea in the moment I heard of it for the first time.
Okay.
And now I'm here.
Yeah,
correct. Kind of like to jump on that also, to add on this. And probably that was the twist. Like in undergrad, it was kind of like me forcing kind of like going abroad because it was not included in the curriculum. Kind of like it was not planned. And in the masters, it was kind of like we were encouraged to go abroad, and therefore this made it a lot easier to then actually do this one extra step.
What was your interest? You said the opportunity came to you. When you decided, oh, that would be great to take on that opportunity and then go study abroad, what was your interest behind it? Was it the academical? Was it something that you're looking forward to travel to a new country? Was it something about finances? What was it in your mind that you were looking forward to?
Sure. That's also a pretty good question. There were many things, but because I was already in the midst of my master's, that was probably the focus of this whole adventure. Kind of like it was great to go to class, to courses, but there was like in general in the master's, there's nothing you learn completely new. It's just like you deepen your knowledge already. So it was kind of like the adventure for me, and also it was fairly easy as single, without family, without a job, like as a student, to go abroad and have this experience, because I thought, okay, it will just get harder. And also to have the opportunity to live in a foreign country. So kind of like, and it wasn't necessarily the focus on, oh, I want to go to the US. It was like general, I need to go abroad. And if I can make it here, in this case like US, it doesn't matter where to go, I might always kind of like get along somehow. Yeah, correct. Kind of like, it's just, for now, as a student, you have fairly any or barely any obligations, so to say. It's just, you have to take care of yourself and of your class staff. Like, of course, my family is concerned, hey, does he really study? Does he really do anything? And therefore, it was just easy to quit my lease back home and go abroad. And of course, there was not the focus on the on the class stuff, but it was also great to hear kind of like the same knowledge from complete different sources. That was great for me to underline, or it highlighted the importance of the stuff we already learned back home. But also to see, okay, it's not just my professors that have this perspective, but it's just like a general perspective on this, kind of like the right way to go on different frameworks, different ways to look at things.
Okay. So was the process of visa and things like that, was it difficult? Was it challenging? Was there something that you had done before?
It was, I've been to US before, but then you just come on an ESTA, which is fairly easy to get. And in my case, I was here on J1. So I was not allowed to work here, but kind of like just to stay here as a student. And it took a little bit more effort and more money than the ESTA, because you have to actually go to an embassy, send them your application, and it's just costly.
It's costly.
It's not a crazy burden, but you still kind of like have to take your time, go to the embassy, have an interview real quick, have the application beforehand. It was work, but not super challenging. But back to your initial question, what was the biggest challenge I faced? Was probably just the housing, because it was a problem I created by myself, because I decided, hey, even if there's the option of going into the dorms, living in the dorms, it's easy, it's on campus, it's just nothing I wanted to. So therefore I took on the challenge for me to go in a new city and just find something completely different, completely new. And my dream was always kind of like to have a house with garden and some roommates. Worked out perfectly fine, but it was just like the uncertainty in the beginning to have, where am I gonna live, with whom I'm gonna live, how does it look like? It's just so many things that are uncertain, that made you, or that bring up a lot of struggle, actually. But there was no challenge I faced within the last few months, neither in the process of applying, because the university encourages kind of like to do, so that was easy, and also not during my stay here. That was so challenging that I decided to quit or anything like that. Yeah, probably kind of like to add on this real quick, it was also the thing that in this town or the city where I studied, it was just very common to live in an apartment with friends. So kind of like, that was always the thing that I was looking for. I moved out of my parents' place when I was 18, and there was just always the need to have something for your own, like your own place, your home. And I never feel the feeling of home in the dorms. It was just not the way for me personally, but everyone has their own reasons to live off or on campus.
Exactly.
But it might be true that kind of like the age difference, like in our case, might have been also guiding me, that I said, okay, I'm 24, why not? That's what I want. But also when you're straight out of school, so that you're a little bit uncertain, kind of like to go in this direction.
Is it pretty common to study abroad? How is study abroad in Europe, as you come from Europe? And is it something that happens like this, or do you have to like come across a few people? Like you said, it was encouraged by the university. But is it common for students to go outside even when it's not encouraged, or when it's encouraged, like in your case?
Okay. This really depends on the university you're in, but also on the study program. Because I have friends that would be extremely interested in going abroad, in getting some new insights, but because they're in the process of becoming a teacher, a lawyer, or something like that, it's just very hard, because as a lawyer, you're just focusing like on Austrian laws. So it doesn't really make sense to go to Germany, to France or so to do this unless you're focusing on European law. And the same also as a teacher, kind of like they have all different standards on how to educate the teachers.
Okay.
The case I'm in was not so difficult because business is pretty international. So it didn't make any difference if I study in US, Austria, or in Russia. It's just like a culture and a language difference, but not from the subject itself. But in general, there's like the culture that it's encouraged. You have like within the EU, the Erasmus program, which is a little scholarship to make the financial burden a little bit lower. And yeah, and there are so many people that do it.
Okay.
If they can from the background.
Okay, just like you said, depending on the program there.
Yeah, depending on the program and university.
I see.
Because if you're also not encouraged, you might never think about it at all.
Yeah.
And so you never know.
What is your favorite thing about studying abroad? And I'll bring up a few questions on this. So go ahead and answer this. Yeah.
Kind of like to jump into this real quick, just the personal growth aspect.
Okay.
They kind of like you are forced to live in a different country with different people, probably in a city you've never been, in a university you've never been at, and just a whole package, so to say, that you get more responsible for your actions. You are coping with the different language. You have to get all your stuff done by yourself because there are no parents that help you out. Because in our case, or in my case, I'm 5,000 miles from my parents, so it's just not feasible. Even if I would jump in a plane right now, it take me at least 18 hours with the stopovers to be at home. If not 20, whatever. But most of the things I will only kind of like realize when looking back, like in 5 years from now, when I see, oh yeah, US, how I actually changed.
Thank you for being on the conversation.
Sure, I appreciate it.
Thank you for coming here. All the best for all the future adventures that you will do. We'll stay connected.
Same for you. Yeah. Stay safe.
All right. So now you see, conversations like these will really help you gain global perspective towards studying abroad. The reason I'm sharing such conversations with you is because I would like to see people being aware of certain things before entering in this process of huge potential. Thanks Toby for joining this video and this conversation. Make sure you check out his Instagram channel. I'll link it in the description and stay tuned for more videos. Thank you for watching.